what I will do, I will take a short. I'm not going to give a go into whole program. Okay, so I will just discuss the functionalities. Okay, so that are needed for linear probing and quadratic probing. Is it okay? So rest of the thing you'll do yourself, like creating the function and all.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, because I think that we did previously. So suppose I will consider now 10 buckets. Bucket size I will just give. Initially I will give, but that bucket size will input from user. Okay, so instead of giving this, but we can keep bucket size fixed also with some random number. Okay, so as per the what we'll say. Okay, so but the standard way it should be a prime number. Okay, so that will be good to divide and all. Okay, so we'll keep any prime number. So initially we'll just do what we'll say. Have good understanding. We'll make it like this. Okay, so I will just make linear probing. Okay, so what is the formula for linear probing? So we'll have a hash function is equal to what it is. It is your value mod bucket. Buckets. Suppose it will be B. Okay, is it correct? Value mod bucket is correct.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that will be your normal bucket size we have. So in linear probing, suppose I will have some keys. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll write over here. So now here, what we'll do, first we'll do linear probing. Okay, so I will have int array. Okay, is equal to, we'll see some numbers. Okay, so I will have number 3, 4, 3, 4, 25, 76, 85, 14, 67. Okay, so like that we'll have. Again, some collisions will take. So suppose I will take 13 as a number. Okay, so what I will do, instead of keeping these numbers, I will just take some simple numbers. Okay, so that will be helpful to understand how that probing will work. Okay, so these are the numbers, then we will try for some random numbers. Okay, so these are my numbers. Okay, so I have to create one hash function. Okay, what that hash function will give us? That hash function will give us return as index. Okay, where I have to place that element. Okay, so that return will be given as index. I will pass array to that function. Okay, so that array I will pass, and also I will pass the length. Okay, so length here is a 5. Okay, and I will declare again when int index. Okay, so that will be there. So there will be one hash function, so that will return an index. Okay, and I have to place the elements. So I will make array of index. Array of index, I can say. So instead of here, I will just pass as a value initially. Okay, so array of index is equal to value, I can say. Okay, so that I have to make. Okay, so this I have to repeat in for loop. Okay, so this to be repeated. Okay, so every time what we are going to pass, no need to pass the index over here. So we have to pass a hash function, only a value to be passed. Okay, so on the basis of value, it will return us an index. Okay, and that index I have to store in somewhere. I can say hash table of suppose 10. I can say. So this is my hash table. Okay, so above will be suppose value. I will write here hash table. Okay. So initially now this we have to take from user, but for our time being, I have kept this value as a constant. Okay, so integer array, this 2, 3, 7, 13 like this. Okay, so the size of my bucket will be 10. Okay, so you also specify int bucket size, so that I will make 10 for this example. Okay, so there is one hash table which is going to store the element. So what this hash function will do, okay, so we'll pass the value to that hash function. Okay, so it will calculate its index, okay, where it's to be placed. Okay, so it will return that index. Okay, and to that index we are going to place the element. So is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this much is the basic thing, and next thing is that we have to print this hash table. Okay, so we'll just have a next task, print hash hash table. Okay, so that is our task. Okay, so what I will do, I will create this function. Okay, initially I will just write over here, it is int hash function, in bracket I will write the value will be integer. Okay, below to that I will just create this function, that is int hash function int value. Okay, okay, so inside this int value, what I have to do, I have to create the hash function. So initial hash function, so initially I will go with linear probing. Okay, so what is the formula for linear probing? So it is hash function is equal to, or I will say linear probing is equal to hash function plus f of I. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what is f of I?
I.
F of I is equal to I only. Okay, so that's we have, okay, f of I is equal to I. And what is the range of I? I should be 1, 2, until bucket.
Size of bucket 10.
Size of bucket.
Yes, so I will, we have kept the size bucket as 10 over here. So may I say it as bucket with this, or I will say, to understand more clearly, I will say B size. Okay, so that will be bucket size. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now in this case, what we have to write, I have to make a for loop integer I equal to 0, I less than B size. Okay, I plus plus, this B size will keep it as global. So that will be accessible. Okay. So this B size will be there. So B is capital in this case. Okay. Next, I will just make. We have to just check, okay, whether the place is empty or not. Okay. So how we can check whether the place is empty or not? So I will just make if this hash table also initially will make it globally. We'll declare over here. Okay. So this also will declare over here. Okay, hash table is there, and yes, so in hash table I can say if, okay, this hash table of I is equal to 0, means what? The position is empty. Yes, means nothing is there on that particular place. Okay, so we assuming that we are not going to place 0 number. Okay, so hash table of I is equal to 0. So in that, okay, so initially I have to first find out the hash function. Okay, so I will write integer hf is equal to, okay, this you can do by your methodology also. This is only for just a guidance. Okay, so it is value mod. Okay, so that is we have B size, value mod B underscore size. So what I will do, if hash table of so we'll just now calculate. Okay, we'll just say new index is equal to this hf plus hf is there plus I can say I. Okay, I will be the new, what we'll say for the same terminal.
Initialize करा लागेल. Okay.
Yes, that will do. Okay, new index we can say. So this is now what we'll say the function that we have. Okay, new index is equal to hf of I. So it will give us the new index. I will make new index. Okay. So this new index will get with this formula. So LP is equal to hf plus f of I. So I have made hf is already calculated initially. Plus I have made I is added over here. Okay, so that will create a new index. Okay, and only thing is that I will just mod 10. I will make it mod 10. So now that will be, or to more generalize, it will be mod B underscore size. Okay. So now we have to check if that hash table of I, so we'll initialize that to 0. No, if that hash table of I is equal to 0. Okay. So what we have to do? Instead of I can say hash table of new index. Yes. So what we have to do? Hash table, so we will just make return index. Is it correct now? Just is it correct or will it give us the correct answer? Is this the correct hash function for linear probing? Means the same, the index we are getting is the correct one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now rest of the thing we'll do now. So this is only for, I will say instead of hash function, I will say linear probing. So that will be a good word. Okay, so instead of hash function, I will make linear probing. Here also above I will update. So we'll just make similar quadratic probing below to that. So that will be good for comparison. Again above we can make hash function. Okay, so now the rest of the thing will have to initialize the hash table. So we'll just make initialization. So we'll make for int I equal to 0, I less than b underscore size. Okay, I plus plus, and it will be hash table of I 0. So that will be an initialization that we did. Okay. Next thing we'll have index and linear probing. So what we have to do, so now this is to be done with a for loop. For so for this you have to take from user. I will just make like this, I less than I in this case I plus plus. Okay, and below to that I will just wait a minute. Okay, sorry for interrupt. So this is regarding this hash table. So what we have to do now? Index this we have initialized to 0. Okay. So index we have to calculate. So linear probing of I. So it will give us an index. Okay, and hash table of index I will give as a what to be given here. It should be array of I. Yes. Yes or no? Or better way we can make it like this. It is integer value is equal to array of I, and we're just making to the linear probing. I'm just passing this. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So it is value. Sorry. Here only I have to give value. So is it correct now? Just check what we are doing. I have just cleared the hash table to 0. Okay. Then I have did the value I have to insert. Okay. So before inserting, I have to find out its relevant index. Okay. So that index will be given to me with the use of this linear probing function. Okay. So I will pass the value to the linear probing function. It will calculate the new index. So that new index will be written over here. Okay. And after returning, so to that index, it will be placed. Okay. So that value will be placed at the new index. So clear now, any doubt in this? And finally I will just print the hash table. Is it clear? Any doubt or anything is wrong over here?
Yes, sir. Clear.
In one semicolon we have given extra. Okay, so besides I will do, I will make C out. Okay, item. So
सर हेलो सर
Okay, sorry, just got a urgent call. Okay, so I think it's okay now. Is it correct? Anything?
Sir.
Yes.
सर वो 25 थे ना सर क्योंकि आपने वो इटरेशन 5 तक ही कर रहे हो सर एलिमेंट 6 है ना सर तो 25 में
25 में क्या कर रहे हैं?
सर आप इटरेट 5 तक ही कर रहे हो ना सर इंडेक्स एरे इंडेक्स और हमने एलिमेंट 6 लिए है सर
नहीं अभी वो
वही
मैंने
नहीं
ऐड किया ना उधर, इसलिए ठीक है।
हाँ सर और आपका जो फंक्शन है सर लीनियर प्रोबिंग का तो अगर सर एक भी स्पेस एम्प्टी नहीं रहा सर वो फिर कुछ रिटर्न नहीं करेगा ना सर तो
Okay,
फिर
if it won't return anything, okay, so that we have to handle. Suppose there is nothing gone into the if, okay, so that you have to return with some index, and you can print over here that is we can say that hash table is full, okay, so that we can return. Okay.
yes sir
Suppose we
Yes,
can
sir,
take
sir,
here also.
assign-
So here we
सर
can
ये
make it.
असाइनिंग टू इंडेक्स सर असाइनिंग टू इंटीजर सर तो आप फिर कुछ प्रिंट कर पाओगे सर वाला बता जाएगा सर
Not getting. क्या बोल रहे तुम, नहीं समझा?
सर आप ये फंक्शन है ना सर जब आप ऊपर कॉल कर रहे हो सर इंडेक्स के लिए तो आप एक्सपेक्ट करो कोई इंटीजर वैल्यू वापस आएगा सर तो फिर वहां पे वो गलत नहीं हो जाएगा सर इंडेक्स इज इक्वल टू लीनियर प्रोबिंग वैल्यू क्योंकि वो फिर कुछ रिटर्न नहीं करेगा ना सर तो उसको कुछ वैल्यू नहीं मिलेगा फिर गार्बेज वैल्यू देगा सर इंडेक्स के लिए वो
Yes, that we can. So what we can do here, you can have your methodology. I will make return -1. Okay, and this int will be like this. We'll make here int I. Okay, so once it is written as -1, you just check over here if it is -1. So you just print means if it is index is -1, still print means hash table is full. Okay.
Yes sir वही उसलिए सब बोला सर ओके सर
Yes. So any doubt in this with linear probing? Anyone others? What I will do now, I will just increase the size. Okay, I think it's correct for 3. Okay, so it's given as 13 at this space. So what I will do after 3, I will add one number comma 14. So we'll just see whether it is added now. Okay, so check 3 after 3 it is added 14 and then it is added 13. Is it correct now? Hello. Can we
Yes,
move
sir.
ahead? Yes. Okay. So this is about linear probing. For quadratic probing, what to be done now in this code? Just check change. Tell me what change we have to do.
So formula मध्ये change new index
try करायला लागेल ना.
I square
ठीक है ना, बरोबर है ना?
हो sir.
So if we run this, it will give us like this. Okay. So this is to be changed only. Okay. So what I will do now, I will just copy this. Okay, this only I will copy and I will send you. Okay.
Sir पूर्ण कोडच देऊन टाका ना.
कोड पण देतो मी. यालाच काय करतो, फक्त आता इथं लिनियरला क्वाड्रॅटिक करतो. पूर्ण कोड मी आधी लिनियरचा दिला होता मला वाटतंय. आधी आपण एकदा केलं होता ना, तर पूर्ण कोड लिनियरचा मी दिलाय तुम्हाला. ठीक आहे, मी लिनियर क्वाड्रॅटिक हा पाठवतो. क्वाड्रॅटिक फक्त तुम्हाला लिहायला लागेल ना, मी आता सेंड करतो. एवढं करा तुम्ही लिनियर अँड क्वाड्रॅटिक. आय विल जस्ट कम विथ नेक्स्ट पार्ट, दॅट इज चेनिंग. Okay, so this is the quadratic probing and linear probing. I hope you got the code. Okay. Anything else? So now it's 2:36. Okay. So after 15 minutes, we'll go with chaining. Is it okay? So till you just go with this code. Okay, and if you have any doubt or any query, you can ask. I will just explain where exactly will means how to work with the chaining. Okay, so that I will explain. Okay, and then we'll go with the actual chaining part with the help of list. Okay, so I hope screen is visible. Okay, so now this is my hash table. Okay, so we have gone through the linear probing and quadratic probing. Okay, so the element when we have a collision, so then we are going to place the element in subsequent location.
सर तुम्ही प्रेझेंट नाही करत आहे.
आहे बाबा, कोणतरी आहे का बघितलं? थँक्यू. तसं नाही, राहिलं होतं माझ्याकडे. ठीक आहे. ओके, सो दिस इज माय व्हॉट विल से हॅश टेबल. ओके, and there is one value set. Okay, so we have, so I will have 3. Again, same, we can take 5, we can take 15, 22. Okay, and I will make suppose 13. Okay, so these are my few elements that I want to place. Okay, so I just mark a location 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. I will just, I have not taken more element than this, so on. Okay, so what now with our normal hashing, what will happen? Okay, so 3 will be placed at this location. Okay, this location, so 3 will be placed over here. Okay, so 3 will be placed over here, 5 will be placed over here. Okay, when 15 comes, so there is a collision. Okay, so collision will be there at the location 5. Okay, the next collision will be to the location this. Okay, and 22 will be placed at this second location. Okay, is it correct? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now to work with this collision, we have already gone through linear probing and quadratic probing. Chaining, what we'll do, so instead of finding some place in empty spaces, we are just extending this, what we'll say, chain, you can say, simply just we are extending this chain. Okay, so, okay, we are placing the next element. Suppose 13 will be placed at this location. Okay, so 13 is placed over here, and the 15 will be placed over here. Okay, that will call it the chain. Okay, is this clear? So this is called as the chaining. So any element in the range of 5, so it will be, suppose there is an element which is 965. So it will come. So that will be placed in the same same chain, we can say. So like this. Is it getting how to do? Means how it is working chaining approach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is very simple. Okay, and if you look at this, so which is better one? Probing, chaining, which is better one?
Chaining.
Chaining.
Okay, so we need not have to again find out the empty spaces. Only we have to go and add the new elements in the spaces. Okay, so that we have to do. So what we have to do, so the data structure will need for that is list we need actually. So list we can create like linked list manually also, but there is already available data structure as a list in C++. Okay, so we'll go with that. Okay, next assignment we have to work on a linked list. Okay, so in linked list we'll see in detail. Okay, so that also you can make. Okay, so how the list data structure works, so I will just okay, so basically in list data structure we'll have like this. Okay, so suppose, okay, so this is my array actually. Okay, but each location in the array, so is it a another array, you can say. Okay, is it another array? So this is so this is my base address of this array, and this is connected to this. Okay, but this is not a multi-dimensional 2D array. Okay, so these are just we have elements over here. So like that we are keep go on adding over here. Okay, so like this. Okay, so this is an we can say array of list. Okay, array of different list. So that we have. So what we'll do now, we'll just see the list data structure first. Okay, and then we'll see how to add more data in a single index. Okay, for the specific index, how to work on that. Okay, so that we'll just see. So rest of the thing you can do very well, because only we have to create a hash function and all. So once it is created, so that is of means everything will be simple. Okay, so just concentrate. If I am going to, okay, so if anything you want to suggest, you can suggest in between. Okay, हे कळलं यात काय डाऊट आहे कोणाला with this particular thing, whiteboard? Okay, ठीक, any doubt in this, how the list is work and why it's needed for chaining? Okay, ठीक है, so I have to include one another what we'll say header file, that is list.h, means list we have to include. I'll just add using namespace std. Okay, so that I will write. Okay, next thing I will just make like this. Okay, so now we have to work with list. Okay, so how to declare a list? So it's very simple, just to make it list. Okay, like array we are making int array. So no need to give it any means initially no need to give a data type. Okay, but list will be declared like this list. Okay, so I will make table. Okay, so that is the basic declaration of the list. But here we have to specify the data type. So data type will be specified like this. So here you have to write int. Getting how it is declared? So now this is a list. Okay, which has a name table which is of type integer. Any doubt in this? Hello?
No, sir.
Okay, so now the list will be created, and once you go on adding the element to the list, so it will grow. Okay, so how to add elements? I will just make list dot. Okay, so if you make, there are a number of functions we have. Okay, so because it's inbuilt data type we'll have. Okay, so what I will do, there is one function which is called an what is that, push or How to add? What's the function? Push or anything else?
Pushback.
पुशबॅकच आहे ना? नाही येत ना, काहीच नाही. लिस्ट नाही, सॉरी, इट्स table dot pushback and push front. We'll see both. Okay, so I will make pushback. Okay, and here I will just give an elements. Okay, so we'll have table dot pushback. It is just going to create a list. Okay, so I will make 34, 35, 36, sorry, 27, 28. Okay, so these many elements are added over here. So the same thing will go with indexing and all. Okay, you can add array over there, you can add for loop and elements over there. Okay. Okay, so now how to iterate through this list? Okay, so we can make like this. Can you tell me how to iterate with this list, those who have worked on this? Any idea?
Sir, iterator
yes, iterator we can use. Without iterator we can use. Without iterator. Like when you try. Yes. काय सगळे गायब झाले, दिवाळी झाली म्हणून झालं, काय झालं? हॅलो.
येस सर.
दिवाळीमुळे काय थकले का काय?
नाही सर.
बोला ना, हो नाही काय. सेकंडीला आल्यासारखं वाटायला लागलं मला, काहीच कोणच रिप्लाय देत नाही. काय प्रथमेश कुठे गेला? प्रथमेश आहे का?
आहे ना सर.
काय झाले सांग जरा. सेकंड इयरला
काय नाही झालं.
बरीच शांतता दिसते. ठीक आहे, सो जस्ट टेल मी हाऊ टू गेट द एलिमेंट विथ द इंडेक्स. ओके, सो इज इट पॉसिबल?
Sir, we have not tried this. We don't know.
सर.
यस
सर वो टेबल इंडेक्स डॉट बिगिन वगैरह से कर सकते हैं ना सर, विदाउट इटरेटर. आई को स्टार्ट करके टेबल इंडेक्स डॉट बिगिन सर खत्म करेंगे.
Any function is there. Okay, so not we'll go with the iterator only, but I think there should be one function.
टेबल डॉट बिगिन है सर, इंडेक्स डाल दिया सर. तो जिस इंडेक्स से स्टार्ट करना है सर.
Begin will get, end will get, list get, allocator assign, and so. Because it's a list, so it's a data structure which is created. So the terminology fix asते. Okay, till I'll just explain with the iterator. Anyone just got the answer how to access? Like I have to make like this table of suppose 2. So it should give me the element or something, table dot element or anything else. So you just find. Okay, so whether we'll get with this. Okay, so now there is one way what we'll do. So now these elements are added. So there is one method by which we can iterate through this. So what I will do, I will just make include. Okay, iterator is there. Okay, I'll just include iterator. So that iterator, what it will do, we are able to iterate through that list. Okay, means what iterator will do. Okay, suppose I have elements like 2, 3, 4. Iterator is just a pointer, you can say, as per your first year terminology. I will assign one pointer at this location, which is an iterator. Okay, and I will just go on incrementing this. So this pointer will give us me the value at that position. So that's iterator, we can say. I will just make iterator like this. So it is list. We can say
list int double colon iterator. Iterator के नाम से.
It will be IT, and it's very simple. For IT is equal to table dot begin will get the first element. Okay, IT not equal to, I can set table dot end. Okay, and IT plus plus, we can say IT plus plus. Okay, so this is just a pointer, you can say. Yes.
सर ये सर यहाँ से हैश टैग नहीं करते. ओके सर.
Yes. So we'll have item, and we'll just make it star IT. Okay, so if you run this, we'll just see what we are getting, whether getting. So all elements are printed. Any doubt in this?
No sir.
No, sir.
So what it will give us me, it will give us me the first element, table.begin, and it will give me a last element. Okay, only to do that I have assigned one iterator, which is, you can just consider it as a pointer to the first element, and we are incrementing that pointer. Okay, and it gets incremented like this. Okay, so we'll get the element over here. Okay, so this much is clear.
Yes, sir.
सगळ्यांना कळालं का? Everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are two methods actually. One is push back and one is push front. Okay, push front केलं की फक्त उलट इन्सर्ट होईल, म्हणजे 28 पहिला जाईल आणि 23 शेवट येईल, एवढाच फरक आहे, बाकी काहीच नाही. आता हे कशासाठी लागते आपल्याला, that is to be list. Okay, so now at what point we reached, we have just created an empty list. This is my empty list I have created. Okay, empty list झाली like an array. It's an empty list which is created. But now I have to create for every list I have to create some bucket. Okay, so how we can do this? So suppose in your normal C terminology, suppose I have created one array. This is my array, and every location is a pointer. Okay, every location is a pointer. So can we assign an element to this pointer? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so this list we have. Okay, so now what I have to do, what I am explaining. So if it is a pointer, so we can add somewhere over here. Okay, so what I will do, so I will just make table, instead of this I will just make table star. What it will now? Star means what? Every element will be a pointer. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
कळते ना सगळ्यांना? हॅलो.
येस सर.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
येस सर.
जर 4-5 दिवस झाले म्हणजे सगळे जागेत कळते. ओके, आता हे काय झाले, सगळे पॉइंटर झालं. सो कॅन वी ऍड अ डायरेक्ट एलिमेंट टू द पॉइंटर? इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल. ओके, and again there should be some space to be given to the pointer. So मी काय करेल, table is equal to, there is one keyword new in C++, so which will allocate the space. Okay, so I will make table is equal to list of what we'll say, new list of, how to give, let this 10. It work, right? Okay, how to add space to this? Wait a minute. Okay, so it should be like integer. I have to specify. Yes, it's correct. Okay, so I have to give how many elements we have. So we have total 10 buckets. Okay, and each and every bucket is of type integer. Okay, so now table is created like this. आलं लक्षात, ह्याच्यात आणि ह्याच्यात फरक आला लक्षात, दिस स्टार टेबल. सो व्हॉट आय विल डू नाउ, instead of making a confusion, I will just make like this. एवढं तर लक्षात आलं, ह्याच्यात काय डाऊट आहे कुणाला?
No, sir.
Okay, so I will make a list of buckets. आपण काय करू, only I will just make list. So there is one list of type integer, okay, which contains all the I will make T1. Okay, so which contains all the element, or we can make hash table. HT I can make hash table. Okay, so all elements are of type pointers. Okay, so what I will do now, I will make HT is equal to new list. Okay, it is of type list, integer type, and I will need 10 buckets. Okay, so now it will allocate the 10 buckets. Once you have created the pointer, the pointer should be allocated space. Okay, otherwise it will give us a segmentation fault error. If you remember in first year we studied this. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so 10 spaces are added over here. Okay, so now what we will do, so now we'll just make HT of 0. Means which bucket it is? First bucket. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Dot I will make push again, same thing. Push back I will make suppose 22 is my number, or we'll just make 33. Okay, so I will just now just check see how it is working. So now where it is now added all these numbers 43, 53, 60. Well, it will be added to the 0th bucket. Getting?
Yes, sir.
It will automatically add. I will just tell, show you how to print it. Now it is first bucket. This will be second bucket, you may say. Again, I will add 63 to the first bucket for just sake of time. Okay, so now how to iterate? Again, just copy this. Otherwise, what we'll do now, it will be like for here I equal to 0, I less than 10 is the bucket size, I plus plus. Okay, so now we'll have for all the bucket size, and for we can make like this. There are a number of ways. One way is auto T, and I will make this T1 of or HT of I. Okay, so what it will give me? It will give me elements at that particular bucket. Now it is key. What's an error? Declared identifier key. Sorry, it should be a single. And I will just make cout. Okay, and I will make value. Just give a space value. And I will make key. I will be printing over here. Okay, after key I will give a space. And I will make cout. Bucket I. So you'll just see now how it is working. Okay, so getting, so bucket of 0 will be added with all these. 63, just check. 63 I have added to the first bucket. The 63 value added over here as the 63. Okay, so this that is repeated actually. The 63 is there. This getting, so now this is added to the same bucket. Clear how it is working now? This list data structure.
Sir, the auto का है or auto.
Actually, this is taking the elements from this HT. Okay, so that auto is the keyword. Okay, in C++. Okay, so that you can make, so it will automatically assign the data type. We'll just check. Int also work, no issue. Okay. Auto केलं की काय होतं, कोणता डेटा टाइप असेल तो स्वतः असाइन करतो. ठीक आहे. So now is it clear how to work with this particular part? List. Hello. काय डाउट आहे का लिस्ट मध्ये यहाँ? हॅलो.
नो सर.
No, sir.
ठीक आहे. आता आपल्याला काय करायला लागेल, आपल्याला फक्त सिंपल आता या प्रोग्राम मध्ये तुम्हाला करता हा हे एवढं यूज करून तुम्हाला करता येईल चेनिंगचा प्रोग्राम. Because rest of the thing is simple. Only thing is that you have to make pushback, and pushback you have to pass an value. Okay, and this 0 will be the index. Okay, which is written by your hash function. Okay, so hash function will be like only mod 10. Okay, so if it is a collision, you need not have to worry to the collision once it is having the elements. Okay, so pushback will add the element into the next place. Jamil,
Yes, sir. Yes.
can you try for some time? 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll just share this code of list to you. Till if you have any doubt, just tell me. I hope everyone is there. You just go through the list data structure. I think few of you have already implemented previously. I told you, but specifically if you are referred only to the hashing code, so list you just have to go through. Okay, so just go through this list part. ओके, एवढं करा एक 10-15 मिनिटं. आणि जर तुम्हाला ते जमलं, काहीच करायचं नाही यामध्ये, फक्त तुम्हाला हॅश टेबल हॅश फंक्शन इम्प्लिमेंट करायचं. अँड इन्स्टेड ऑफ 0 यू हॅव टू स्पेसिफाय द इंडेक्स ऑन विच इंडेक्स यू हॅव टू सेंड द व्हॅल्यू. ओके, and only use pushback. In pushback, you have to give the value. Okay, so it will automatically go adding the elements into that same bucket. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I just connect back in 10-15 minutes till you just complete this. Okay, so if you have any doubt, you just put the message in chat or to WhatsApp me. Okay, so may I, with your all permission, just may I connect in 10 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Vertical task. So today I will declare end of first assignment. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we'll keep it as it is. So I will just update this code. Okay. So I hope screen is visible. Quickly I will just go through this. So again we'll make hash include IO stream for then again hash include list hash include okay, so these are the three things we need. Okay, so again we'll make using namespace std. Okay, so below that I will just write into main. Okay, now what we have to work? So we have to work with chaining approach. We'll just start recording. Okay, so chaining approach. Okay, so here we have to find out. Okay, so chaining approach I just write using list data structure. I will just write data structure inbuilt. I will just write inbuilt in C++. Okay, so that will just go through. Okay, so in that what we have to do? So in chaining we have to find out the same bucket. So what I will do? I will just make int bucket b size again. B size will make. Okay. So again, what functions we'll need? So I will need one function hash function that will need. So this hash function will return me some index. So I will write integer. It will return me an integer value. So that is needed. And to this hash function, we'll pass integer value. Okay, so that is to be passed. So this one hash function I will need. Okay. So again, I will need void display hash table. Okay, display ht I will say. Okay, so display hash table we can say to it. Okay, then again I will make void initialize hash table. Okay, so we'll just initialize the hash table. Okay, so that things will do. Okay, so initially what I will do, I will make bucket size equal to 10. Okay, am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Initially we'll make bucket size equal to 10. Okay, and then we'll first initialize the hash table. So I will call initialize hash table. So this function I will call, and we'll just write the body of this. So what to be done in initialization of hash table? Okay, so we have to initialize with some new keyword. Yes or no? I will declare one table like list. Okay, I will declare everything as a global, so that will be used in between. Okay, afterward I will convert that into class. So list int, I will write a star. Okay, table we can say only. Okay, so that will be table, and here inside I will make table is equal to new. How to write? List integer of we can say b underscore size, or directly will write 10 over here. Okay, so that initialization we have to do. Okay, so table is equal to new list int 10. Okay, so that initialization is done. Next thing what we have to do, once the initialization is done, so again we have to work with another function. So that is void insert value. We can say insert value. So that we have to do, and to the insert value I have to pass one integer value. Okay, so after initialization is done, we'll make insert value. Okay, and that is to be called with some number. So instead of what we'll say taking it from user, I will just add by my own. Okay, so we'll just do like this. Okay, so 3, 13. Okay, so again 34, 36. Okay, so you'll just take it from user, iterate with for loop. Okay, so these are the 4 numbers I have taken, so that is to be inserted. Okay, so we'll write one function that is void insert value, in bracket I will have int value. Okay, so I think everything is okay. So in insert value, what we have to do first, we have to find out the hashing of that particular what we'll say table. Okay, so that hash function we have to call from over here. Okay, so I just call, so index we'll just make int index is equal to this hash function. Okay, and to the hash function I have to pass this value. So when this value is passed to the hash function, so the hash function will return me the index. Okay, once I will get the index, you can directly make here mod 10 also, that's no issue. Okay, that's because we have only a single line hash function that is to be done, but always it's better to keep everything modularized. Okay, so it will be index hash function, and to insert, what we have to do, where we have to insert now, it is table
लिस्ट मध्ये ना सर, लिस्ट
table index dot, what it is, push
पुश बॅक.
table is now दिलेला पण start index. Okay, so it is push underscore back. Okay, so and we have to view this value over here. So is it correct now? Okay, so this hash function will give us the index. Okay, so that we have to place the element at this index. Okay, so once it is done, so I will write the function of this hash table. So it is hash function actually. Hash function, I will just write hash function. We have the value as an input. Okay, to the hash function I will just need to return. Okay, what we have to return, value mod b size. Okay, so bucket size is already initialized. Okay, so value match. Okay, so hash function will be done, and finally what we have to do, we have to print the void display table. Okay, so that is the final function we have to do. Okay, so I will just write void display hash table, and in display hash table, what you have to write, I just copy the same code which we have written over here. Okay. Okay, so again, for I is equal to 0, I less than b size, I can make b underscore size. Okay, so bucket is this I. Instead of ht, I will write table. So it will give us the value. Okay. Okay, then I think it's correct now. Okay, so what it will now, it will first initialize the thing. Once the initialization is done, it will call insert function. Once insertion is done, we'll just call display. What's display? We'll just check whether it is working correctly or any error. Okay, what's an error? Display HT. Okay. And this is for integer. Okay, is it correct? See, 3 plus 3 will be placed over here, 4 will be placed over here, and 6 will be placed over here. Correct? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, to display in more, what we'll say, specific way, you can add some notations like this. Like it will show it as a link. Okay, instead of that value, we can show it as a link. Okay, so just bucket initially. Okay, so that's we have like this. Okay, again you can remove the space from here. Okay, so this way you can initially no issue anyway. What you think good, it's good. Okay, suppose I will add few more numbers. Okay, we'll see where how it will work now. Yes, I will make it 2, 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. If we run this, it work like this. Okay, clear? Hello. This much is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so by this way, we are going to work with what we'll say hashing, okay, with chaining approach. Okay, so collision avoidance of hashing with the use of chaining approach. So, any doubt in this till this procedure?
No, sir. Sir, एकदा display function दाखवा.
Display the same thing that we have discussed. Okay, you can make it something more attractive by your way. Okay, so anything remain in the assignment number 1? Okay, as per the problem statement, one point is remained. So we won't have to only add the record. Means what we'll say the number. We have to add the record at that place. Yes or no? Hello. Okay, so just tell me in this code where we have to change it. I change करायला लागेल त्याच्यामध्ये. There is very short change in this code we have to make. Okay, all these are only integer values. So instead of this integer value, what I have to share over here, what I have to store over here? One whole element. Yes or no? So like I have to create one structure. What I will do, I will just create one structure that is struct. Okay, record. Okay, so in struct record, I will make integer emp id. Okay, character name of 20. Okay, so again you will take character mobile of 10. So this you can take and you will just make a record as an object. Okay, so in this list, okay, list should be of type which? It should be integer or any other type?
Sir, of structure type.
Yes, it should be a structure type. So I will just make type def. Type def struct, just I will keep it, I will remove the name. Okay, so can we make here REC only? So will it make of that type? Table will be of that type REC?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now in insert value, we are passing the values, no issue. So just keep as it is. Okay. So we'll again remove this. Okay. So we'll keep these many records only. Okay. So what we have to do now, we have to create a record of, means we have to create records like this. Okay. So this REC is over here. Okay. This is also REC. Okay. So okay, so this is also like that. Okay, so these many changes you have to do. So now this record will be pushed over here. Okay, so how to push the record? So here instead of pushback, we have send a value. So here I have to send the whole record over here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so in insert value, so what I will do, I will just remove this function and insert value, I will just make like this. Wait a minute. Okay, so we'll just end up this program today only. I know that time is already over. Okay, so I'll just end up the code this. Okay, so now what we will do now, inside this insert value, I will take the input from the user. Okay, so what inputs we have to take input now? So I have to just make a record. Okay, obj. So I'll make obj dot what we have emp id. obj.emp id we have to take, so is equal to, suppose we'll take id, so we'll make like this, in obj.employee id, okay, cout, enter emp id. Okay, so it will give us the employee id over here, so that employee id will be given over here. So again what we have to do, cout, I'll just take input and enter name, okay, and we'll just make cin obj dot name. Okay, and now what we have to do, how to find the hash function, what to be passed over here, क्या pass करायला लागेल तिथं?
Sir, employee ID.
Yes, so it will be obj dot
obj dot employee ID.
employee id will be passed over here. Okay, so it will return the index, and here what we have to pass, instead of value I have to pass obj. Yes, yes or no? This object will be stored over there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that object will be stored over here. Okay, so again hash function, we have the same hash function, no change in the hash function. In the display, okay, so what we have to change in the display, so its k is there, so k should be now of type record, because it will give me the record, and I will just print k dot emp underscore id. So is it okay? This is the only small change we just we have to do. So I'll just check how this program will run.
प्रिंट पण करायचं ना सर.
हा, सगळं पण प्रिंट करता येईल आपल्याला, काही इश्यू नाहीये. We'll just check whether that employee IDs are correctly stored and printed. Okay, initially, then we'll see how to work with that. Okay. Okay, so what I will do, I will just call this insert value function. Mistake.
सर ते तुम्ही मेन मध्ये नाही सर.
बरोबर ना? Okay, this is now insert value. So what I will do, I will just call this insert value function 5 times. Okay, so it will be in I equal to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. Insert value will be over here, so I will run this. So we'll just see how it is working now. Okay, employee ID I will enter 25. Okay, name will be, suppose some name. Employee ID 68. Naveen. Okay. Employee ID again 15. Okay, so suppose Sanjit. Employee ID is 12. Suppose it is employee ID is suppose 62. It is Ram. Is it correct? 12 and 62 are added over here. 25 and 15 added over here, and 68 it is added over here. Is it correct? Hello? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so now this is added over here, and along with that you can print the name and all also. So now the whole element is placed over there. Again, only need to change, we have to change this type only. Okay, so for that purpose, this column, this opening and closing bracket, it is called as a generics in language. Generics means what? We are generalizing it. Okay, so we are telling the compiler that this list is of type integer, this list of type string, this list is of type this record. Okay, so like that it is working. So is this clear? This code, I think, is it finished? Okay, so anything is remained in this code, so you can try for some other operation search. Okay, you can try for delete. Okay, so that will be one extra assignment you can do. So I will copy this link. Okay, and I will paste over here. So any doubt in this? Okay then, so I hope it's clear. So till tomorrow I will send you one link. Okay, so submission link for this assignment. You'll just complete this assignment. So this assignment should be menu driven. Okay, it should be compulsory menu driven, you have to keep. Okay, so and work with add, okay, search and delete operation and perform with probing and chaining. Is it clear? So these 2 days I will give you the timeline to submit this. Any doubt? Hello.
नो सर.
No, sir.
सर पण ते लिनियर प्रोबिंग आणि क्वाड्रॅटिक नाही वापरायचं का, फक्त डायरेक्ट हे चेनिंग
Yeah, both probing, linear also and quadratic also. Okay, both probing you have to work with.
ओके.
Okay, so you have to work with linear probing. You have to work with linear probing. You have to work with quadratic probing and chaining. Okay, all where you have to add the records, not only numbers.
ओके सर. ओके. हा.
It should be menu driven. So I will give you link or something. We have the practical day after tomorrow. So we'll see how to evaluate that particular thing. So it should be completed from each and everyone's end. Okay. So we'll see something on Classroom or anywhere. Okay. So I will tell you how to submit that and how the evaluation will be done. Probably, I'm not sure with this. There will be a small MCQ on this assignment. Okay, so MCQ may be program based, it may be a conceptual based. Okay, so you be ready for that. Okay, is it clear?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So just give me a minute. I will mark the attendance. Then you'll leave the meeting. Till if you have any question, you can ask. Okay, so I will just mark the attendance. 2 is absent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 is absent. Sorry, 20. No, both are present. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 25 is absent. 26 is absent. 40 is absent. 50 is absent. 52 is absent. 59 is absent. Okay, so 2, 25, 26, 40, 50, 52 and 59 are absent. Okay, and there are many who are passively absent. Okay, but as they are present in this meet, so I need to mark them as present. Okay, then just finish up this task. Okay, today or tomorrow. Okay, so I will tell you how to make a submission of this particular assignment. Okay, there probably may be a quiz that you have to solve. And first unit also will finish up in next lecture and we'll start for the second unit. Okay, so then thank you very much. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
लिंक शेअर करा ना.
थँक्यू सर.
आत्ता
काय शेअर करू?
थँक्यू सर.
सर आत्ता कोड केला नाही का सर तुम्ही तो
अरे तो केला ना शेअर मी. केली ना लिंक शेअर, परत करतो लिंक शेअर.
सर आय थिंक प्रॉब्लेम आहे.
झाली का ओपन?
सर नाही दिसत नाही मला, परत सेंड करा.
बाकी कोणाला दिसते का?
आम्ही करून देतो सर.
येस सर.
ठीक आहे, चलो थँक्यू, बाय.